everyone. Today we're going to read the next story in Kate's book called, let me open up to the table of contents, Jack's Tail. You know what a tail is? Not like a tail on a dog or a cat. It's a little bit different. A tale is like a story. So sometimes when people go camping, they like to tell tales or tell entertaining stories to the people that they're with. Because you don't have like your iPad, TV, stuff like that. So people tell tales or tell stories to the people that they're camping with. So in today's story, Jack shares a tale with Nan, Kate, and Max when they were sitting around for dinner at their campsite. Jack's tale is about robbers or outlaws in the West a long time ago. The setting for Jack's tale, or when it takes place, is in the past. So a long time ago, before there were cars, planes, things like that. Outlaws are people that do something that is against the law. So they're breaking the law, such as stealing or harming somebody. So they're not good people. So before we start reading, I want to go over a few words. One of these words is a new tricky word. Okay, it's a two-syllable word. Remember, we see the dot in the middle when we see two-syllable words, so it helps us sound them out. So this word is stagecoach. This word is tricky because this OA sound, OA makes the O sound, the long O sound. So it's stagecoach. It's tricky because we haven't really learned that sound yet. And it makes a sound that we already know. It makes the O sound. So when you see this word in here, remember that this OA makes the O sound. Okay? A stagecoach is a vehicle, not like a car, but like something that helps transport people, that's drawn by horses. People used it long ago to transport money, people from one place to another, and mail. So that's one of the words we need to know. We also need to know the word Gingersnaps. You guys might have had Gingersnaps before. They're cookies made from ginger. Really good. The word drawn doesn't mean to draw. It means to pull. So stagecoaches are drawn or pulled by horses. We learned about outlaws, people living outside of the law, breaking the law. Strong box is a box where things are placed and locked up to be kept safe. So you might have heard maybe what a safe is before. You can lock a safe. That's what a strong box is. If you hear the word sharp dresser, that's somebody that's stylish, wears fashionable clothes. Gents is short for gentlemen. Nabbed means to be caught. So maybe somebody that broke the law got caught or nabbed. And the phrase did his time means he stayed in jail. Little preview for our story today. So we're going to read about, Jack's tale about the outlaws. So I'm going to go to page 26, and I'm going to scroll a little bit. Jack's tale. All right, just like usual, I'm going to open it up for you, make it a little bit bigger. I'll read it to you, and then we'll go back to the beginning, and you can take the time to read it on your own. Then we'll answer some questions. So this story is called Jack's Tale. After dinner, we munched on some Gingersnaps. Then Jack shared an outlaw tale. This happened out here in the West a long time ago, said Jack, in an age where there were no cars and no planes. Back then, if you had to send a letter, you sent it by stagecoach. The stagecoach was sort of like a car, but it was drawn by horses. There was a place where men could sit inside. But the men who drove the stagecoach had to sit outside up on top. The man who drove the stagecoach kept the strong box next to him. The strong box was a locked box where he kept the cash. Sometimes the outlaws would rob the stagecoach. Those outlaws were bad men. But there was one who some said was a bit better than the rest. His name was Bart. Bart was a sharp dresser. He did his robbing in a jacket and a black top hat. He had the best manners you ever saw. When he robbed, he did not yell and shout at the men he was robbing. No, Bart, not Bart. He tipped his hat. Then he said, "Excuse me, gents, would you be so fine as to pass down the strong box with cash in it?" "No," said Nan. "Yes," said Jack. "It's not just a legend, it's a fact. You can look it up." "Did they catch him?" Max asked. "Nope," said Jack. "He came back and robbed the stagecoach lots of times." "Did they ever catch him?" I asked. "Yes, after a long hunt they nabbed him. They charged him with theft and locked him up for a long time. He did his time, then they let him back out." "Then what happened?" I asked. Jack said, "Bart shaped up in the end. When they let him out, he said he was finished with crime." "That's cool," said Max. I like that story. I like that tale. All right, I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'll give you time to read it on your own. Remember, if you need more time, absolutely pause the video. Take as much time as you need. All right, I'm going to turn the page. Pause if you need more time. All right, I'm going to turn the page. Pause it if you need more time. All right, I'm going to bring me back on the screen. You can pause as long as you need to. Take as long as you need to read the story. I'd like you to take your time and read it right. All right, we're going to answer some questions now, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do after. So, who is the narrator, or who is the person telling this story? Jack, because it's called Jack's Tale, and Jack's telling us a tale. Jack's telling us a story. How were letters sent from one person to another, and how were letters delivered in Jack's Tale? Remember, you can go back in the story. It's on this page to help you figure out the answer. How were letters delivered? How were letters sent? I go back in the story. I see the word letter. Back then, if you had to send a letter, you sent it by stagecoach. So stagecoaches delivered the letters. What was kept in the strong box? Remember, the strong box is a locked box. What was kept in the strong box? I'm going to go back in the story. It says the strong box was a locked box where he kept the cash. So cash was locked in the strong box. Jack said that Bart was a bit better than the other outlaws. Why did he say that? Why did he say that Bart was a bit better than the rest? I'm going to go back in the story and reread this paragraph right here. It says, Bart was a sharp dresser. He did his robbing in a jacket and a black top hat. He had the best manners you ever saw. When he robbed, he did not yell or shout at the men he was robbing. Not Bart. He tipped his hat, which is a polite little gesture. So Bart is a bit better than the rest because he's polite. He has nice manners. He doesn't yell and shout. little bit better than the other outlaws. What happened to Bart at the end? I'll go to this page for you. The end of this, towards the end of the story, what happened to Bart? They nabbed him. Remember, nab means to get caught. Like he got caught stealing. They charged him with theft and they locked him up. So they caught him stealing and they sent him to jail. Bye, Bart. But then at the end, he shaped up, which means he stopped doing crime, stopped becoming an outlaw, and he said he was finished with crime. So Bart's a good guy now. So he got caught, sent to jail, did his time, and came back. And he's a good guy, not an outlaw anymore. And that's Jack's tale. After you're done watching the video, there's some questions about Jack's tale. So a couple of them are multiple choice. You're going to answer the... Oh, I forgot a question mark. No, I didn't. Answer the questions and choose the right answer. And then question number 4 and 5, you're going to type your answer in the box. All right? Good job, guys. See you next time.